All right, so I have all my stuff ready that I'm gonna need to get started. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my gloves here because fingerprints are bad. Oil on your fingers is like the biggest thing. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna disassemble the gun and get rid of all the pieces that we don't want on the main part of the body when we're painting. So obviously, first thing, take the mag out. Unless you want to paint the mag, which I thought about doing, you know, tell me what you guys think. I might. All right, so go ahead and pull this little pin here, get it out, and then slide off the buttstock. This is a 5mm Allen. Go ahead and take off the handle. This is my first AK, so I don't know if it's got the springs like the AR does. I'm finding out as we speak. I don't see any springs. I think we're safe. Now, once again, unless you want to paint the handle. See, I thought about doing the entire gun, just leaving everything on it, painting the whole thing one color like an engine block, and then doing my accents and my highlights around it. So this is going to be a cool one. I'm still coming up with my highlight themes, but I know my main color. It's going to be my main color right here. It's like a kiwi lime color. And then we're going to do the camo stripes, etc., with a blue over top of it. And probably it might even speckle in some of that into the blue from a distance, fade it in so that you get some metal flake, a little drip effect. Okay, so right now I need a wrench to pull off that. Or actually, no, let me just go ahead and pull it all the way out here. Because certain parts of the gun I want to leave black. I don't want the whole thing that color. I want it to look like it came out of the factory. Like you see a day state or something that comes from the factory or the factory paint job. They don't paint everything tan or whatever. They do a lot of body sections, like this would be tan, but that's going to stay black, that's going to stay black, etc., etc., instead of just doing like the whole thing tan. That just wouldn't make sense. All right, so let's flip it over. Go ahead and looks like I'm going to need another one for this. Yep, got to take off the handy dandy red dot, which I don't see putting a scope on this. I did it once just to see what it looked like, and it was kind of attractive, but this gun doesn't shoot far enough to need a scope. I mean, 25 yards is about the effective range on one of these, and anything beyond that, you're kind of just peeing in the wind. But 25 yards and closer, this is really a good little plinker. A lot of fun, accurate. You know, you can play with this thing all day. I kind of like the blowback feature on the AK more than I like it on the AR bodies, to tell you the truth. Okay, so let's see. I'll go ahead and fold that out of the way. Okay, yeah. See, I don't. This AK was given to us by a customer. They said they didn't want it. There was pieces missing, so I'm trying to put it back together, make it half decent looking. I got to buy a new magazine for it, obviously, as you guys saw in the previous footage. But yeah, let's see if we can't get this thing looking really good. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe it down with some carburetor cleaner so we get any fingerprints or any oil off. I don't want to have any spots where it's like, oh, what was that? You know, that just looks terrible whenever you get done and there's a spot somewhere that you didn't see and you're really kicking yourself. It is definitely no fun. I don't really want to wipe off my metal too much because it's going to be covered up in tape. I really just want to do all the plastic as good as I can really get it in as many spots as possible. The hard part is going to be getting behind this switch. I'm going to have to switch it while I'm painting it just to get it into a different position to where I can get behind it. Yeah. And as I'm finding out, these bottom rails don't come off. So I'll just wipe them down as good as possible. All in between the rails up there. And another hard part is going to be filling in these so I don't paint the barrel. Because I was thinking of leaving the barrel black. If you guys have another opinion, please let me know. I thought about leaving it black, but I might just paint the barrel yellow or blue just to offset the rest of it. We'll see as I'm painting it. See, I still haven't completely come up with the idea that I want yet. So you guys are along for the ride. I just kind of came up with this today, said I need to make a new video. And hey! Sorry about that. Had a little break in the action. Okay, so I would run the air hose out here, but I have to turn on the air compressor, and then that's time wasted, and I'm really trying to stay next to the camera as long as I can and get this done for you guys, so I'm not wasting your time. All right. If you guys want me to do the barrel the same color as the gun, let me know. Give me a shout. I can do it after this or whatever. And should I do the butt the same color or a different color as the body? That is the question. So we're going to find out right now. If this looks good or not. Okay, so once you got it wiped down, go ahead and get your tape. And if you're painting an AK1 like I am, go ahead and come up behind like that, because there's enough space that you can get up and behind it. And you want to tuck it as close as you can. Okay. And just do it again. Down. Preparation is key. If your prep job sucks, your paint job is going to suck. Just putting that out there, and anybody that's ever painted or does painting for a living will tell you the same thing. Prep is key. If your lines aren't tight, if everything's not the way it's supposed to be, you're not going to be happy with your paint job. If I get a little on here, I'm not too worried about it. Like this part, if I paint this, I can just go over it with a Q-tip and some brake cleaner and clean it black again. So that's not really a big deal right there. Here's where I'm more concerned at. Right here, I want to get a nice straight line going and then just trim off what I don't need over here. So come in here like that. It's kind of messing me up. You want to get as tight as you can because that paint will really get up underneath that tape if you're not right up against the edge. You really want your tape job to be nice and tight. And I'll just go ahead and wrap that up, that little tip there. Okay. You can use anything, a screwdriver, whatever works to get this tight. Okay. Then you want to get your razor blades. Trim off the areas you don't want to have issues with. And you know, not everybody's perfect. Just remember, it is not a science. It is an art. And sometimes imperfections make art beautiful. Just letting that one out there. Okay. So these are very difficult to line up. And sometimes the tape doesn't want to work for you, so just remember that when you're working for it. It's not you, you don't suck. It's just, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. See how I'm doing that. See, I'm even using a razor blade, a new one, and it's still giving me a fuss with this tape. And let's see if I can. Okay, so like I said, if I get a little bit on there because I punched a hole in it, I can just go back and clean it off real quick. This tape is not cooperating very well. And you may have a similar scenario where your tape doesn't want to cooperate either. It could be just I left it out here too long or something. As long as I got 90% of it, that's fine. I'd rather clean it with a Q-tip than go back and try to make it absolutely fucking perfect. Oh, excuse my language. Sorry, YouTube. Okay. With those taped off. I might just go back and repaint all that black. Okay, so for now, until I decide what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and tape off the barrels. The expansion tube and the barrel, whatever. Don't crucify me in the comments, please. This is a lot harder than it looks because there's a metal plate on the bottom. So yeah, the first one, you really want to just get this line up straight. It's not perfect, once again. You know, what can I tell you? Not everything's perfect in this world. So I've heard that my paint jobs are a little ridiculous. This is going to be a ridiculous paint job. So if you guys don't like it, sorry. I apologize in advance. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and paint that. I'm just going to avoid this area for the most part to start with. And I think I'll try to keep the two black if I can. And okay, so the trigger, I'm going to leave the trigger black too. Because like I said, I'm trying to go for a factory style look here. Factory looking paint job that looks like it came right from Crosman. Crosman, if you hear this, I'm not asking for a sponsorship. I'm just saying your name. Say my name, say my name. Yeah. So. There's a hard one. That's what she said. Y'all ever had that song stuck in your head? Leave a like in the comments. Let me know what year, if you can remember. Oh, say my name, say my name. All right, so here we are. I'm covering up the magazine release. All right, give me just a second and we'll get back to get ready to paint it. We'll move the dirt bikes. Alright, I apologize for the wait. I had to grab something to hang the body by. We are going to hang the body by, brought to you by Carl's Jr. If any of you guys saw that movie recently, let me know. Y'all know what it's about. Brought to you by Carl's Jr. Why do you keep saying that? Oh, okay. So, since this is a heavier body, I'm going to be using both sides of the bungee strap to hang it up. So, let me get you guys on the viewpoint. Okay. So, here we are. Oh, shoot. Okay. There's